Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you a very cool trick, and here is the performance. So the deck can be completely shuffled by the spectator, it can be cut, just mixed up as much as the spectator wants, and basically when the spectator is done shuffling, the spectator can go ahead and cut roughly half of the cards, or any amount he or she would like. So let's say they cut right about there. Now they can either choose to use this half or this half for the first part. So let's say they want to use this half for the first part of the trick. So we have this half over here, and I can let the spectator mix it up even more if they want. So they can go ahead and give it a shuffle. And once they're done, I'm going to be explaining what we're going to do in the next part of the trick. So I'm going to turn the pack face up, so you can see all of the cards over here, and give them a little bit of a shuffle. So in this part of the trick, what's going to happen is I'm going to be counting 10 cards on the table, face up, just like this. And I'm going to let myself and the spectator see all of the cards. Now, out of these 10 cards that I'm going to deal on the table, I want the spectator to think of any number between 1 and 10 right now. So let's just say you're thinking of that number, and I want you to think of the card. As I deal down the 10 cards, I want you to think of the card in that position. So you'll get it as I go along. So we're going to count the 10 cards, and here is the first one. So we're going to start now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those were the 10 cards right there. We're going to leave them on top of the deck just like so, and leave this in full view in plain sight, just like so. So now we have the rest of the cards here, which can actually be completely mixed up as well by the spectator. And once the spectator is done, I'm going to spread them out and have them choose any one, but to not look at it. So let's say they choose this one. I'm not even going to look at it, the spectator is not going to look at it, but I am going to place it inside of my pocket, just like so, alright? So now the card is inside of my pocket. We do not need this half anymore for the trick. We just need this half. So now I would ask the spectator to tell me what the position number, or the number they were thinking of between 1 and 10. Not the card, just the number. So they tell me they were thinking of 8. Okay, so they were thinking of the number 8. And now I'm going to ask them if they see their card in the 8th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is your card the 9 of clubs? It wasn't? That's interesting. Because you could have chosen any one of those cards. You could have chosen any one of these cards, but I can actually show you that inside of my pocket, from this pile, you chose one card, and somehow your card is transported into my pocket. And that is the trick, guys. So now for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. So all you're going to need for this trick is a deck of cards. It can be missing cards. It does not even have to have 52 cards. And the cool part about this trick, you can do this trick with a borrowed deck of cards. Like, you can just ask anyone if they have a deck, and you can perform this amazing miracle. So this is how to perform the trick. So you're going to start out with a normal deck of shuffled cards. So you can let the spectator shuffle it as much as they want. But basically, you're going to have the spectator cut in half, or anywhere they want, basically, but roughly in half, and then you're going to have them choose whichever half they want to use. This is not a magician's force. This is a completely free choice. So let's say they want to use this half for the first part of the performance. So set the other half that they do not choose aside. So let them use the half that they want. And so now you're going to ask them to shuffle that half just a little bit more, and once they're happy, they're going to hand you the deck. So now, once they hand you the pack, you're going to turn it face up, and this is what you're going to be doing. So basically, you're going to be explaining to the spectator that you're going to count down 10 cards face up on the table, and you're going to have them think of any number 1 through 10 right now. So let's say they're thinking of the number 6 in this case. So have them think of the number, but don't say it out loud. And now explain that you're going to deal 10 cards face up on the table, and you want them to think of the card in the position number that they're thinking of right now. So if they're thinking of the number 6, you want them to think of the 6th card that you deal face up on the table. So you're going to be explaining that, right? And as you're going to be doing that, you're just going to be casually like riffling or dribbling the pack, just sort of playing around with it, right? So what you're going to be doing is you're just going to get a break underneath 2 cards, just like so. So you're going to want to get like a double lift style break ready. So you're going to be just riffling casually, dribbling casually, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna riffle up with your thumb, just like so, until you get 2 cards. You can just feel when you have 2 cards left, and once you have 2 cards, you're gonna stick your pinky in there and riffle down the next 2 cards. So now you have a break. And if you guys do not like the riffle thing, you actually can do the pinky count. That's a little bit more of an advanced move. I'm not too good at it myself there, I just did it, but that would be a more practical way of getting into it, but that move takes a little bit of practice, but the casual riffling and dribbling is fine for those beginners watching my videos right now, so it's fine if you want to do that. So, and the deck is shuffled, as you can see, like we just started with the 10 of hearts on top, but I just accidentally shuffled it, but it doesn't even matter because the deck can be shuffled. So you're going to just riffle up until you get 2 cards, just like so. So 1, 2 cards, just like that. So the main move in this trick that you're going to need to know how to do is like this push off double lift style move. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So middle, ring, and thumb are going to be the essential fingers doing all the work here. So what's going to happen is your thumb is going to be pushing over the 2 cards at once, and your middle and ring finger are right here, just contacting the long edge, the side edge right here, just dead center. And you're gonna notice that if you just kind of let go with your thumb and kind of just move your middle and ring finger out, just like so, you'll see the cards will actually like stick together, and also you'll see that they kind of like just slide out on their own, just like this, right? And it actually keeps the cards pretty square together, just like this. So now your thumb is gonna be here because it's gonna mimic the action of you just peeling off a single card, just like this. Just a single card. That was a single card. You're going to be mimicking that action, but you're going to be using this sliding motion at the exact same time as you push down with your thumb, and you're going to be sliding over the 2 cards at the exact same time with the middle and ring finger. And those 2 actions at once should keep the cards squared together, and also should mimic the action of you dealing a single card off of the deck, just like so. So now, once you've actually done this move, you're going to deal off the 2 cards, just like this. You're going to grab it sort of in middle grip with your thumb and middle ring pinky finger on the top, just like so. Index finger is kind of just off in the center, just like this. So once you push off the 2 cards at once, you're going to push them off, and you're just going to drop them close to the table. You don't want to drop them super far away, or else they will separate by accident. So you want to keep the distance pretty close when you drop the cards so that they'll keep pretty squared up, just like so. You're going to ask them to think of the number. So let's say they're thinking of 6, right? You have a break underneath the 2 cards. You're going to push off the cards and deal them as 1. So you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the spectator is going to remember the 7 of diamonds. 7, 8, 9, 10. So now the spectator is thinking of the 7 of diamonds, and also after you deal down the double, you're just dealing down single cards, so there's no moves in that part after the push-off move. Once you've done that, you can actually square up those cards, and now all of this stuff is like in the spectator's mind. So now they're thinking of the number 6, and they're thinking of the 7 of diamonds. Now you'll see that this trick actually works with whatever number they want, and I'll show you in a minute with a different number when I finish explaining the trick. So you're gonna take the cards, and you're just gonna flip them over on top of the pack that you just dealt down. Set this off to the side for now, and now you're going to have the spectator take the other half that you didn't use, give it a mix up, and then you're going to spread the cards face down, and you're going to have them slide out just any card they want, but to not look at it. So don't look at the card yourself. I mean, you can look at it if you want to, but this is just a random card, and you're going to be switching it out in the end anyway. So just tell them to not look at it, and you're going to be placing it in your pocket. So I'm actually going to place it in my pocket right now, but you're just not going to be able to see that. So now the card is in my pocket. You're going to square up the pack and set it off to the side, because now you don't need it anymore. Now you're going to go back to the original dealing pack that they chose, and you're going to ask them the number that they were thinking of. So not the card, just the position number that they were thinking of. So they were thinking of the number 6. So now you're just going to deal down 6 cards face up. Now, the reason why you pushed off 2 cards in the beginning is now all of the cards, no matter what number they thought of, all of the cards are going to be like delayed by 1. So now this first card that you deal is actually like a random card, and then the cards will actually start going 1, 2, 3, 4 after this card. So now you basically just added a random card on top. So now whatever number they think of, it's going to be like delayed. So this is the example right here. So they're thinking of 6. They're thinking of the 7 of diamonds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, 7 of diamonds is not in the 6th position anymore. it's actually in the 7th position because you just added 1 card on top of it. So now when you flip over the deck, what you're going to do is you're going to riffle off the bottom card, and that's going to be their card right there, because their card is actually going to be here on the top no matter what number they think of, because it's always going to be delayed by 1. So now they're thinking of the 7 of diamonds, and this card is obviously not the 7 of diamonds. So now you're going to do this move where you slide back the entire pack, holding that pinky break right above their card. Slide back the entire pack, holding the break, and then you're going to slide forward all of the cards except for their selection, and it's going to be sort of held between your pinky and just sort of the base of your thumb right here. And now you're going to drop this hand down to your side as you go and spread this half on the table. And now this hand is on your side. The card is pretty much hidden completely. If you sort of cover your thumb over the card, it's completely hidden. And now you can kind of bend down, and that will actually sort of make it go right into the shape of your hand, so that will make it even more invisible. And once you're holding the card just like so, you're just going to place this hand in your pocket, and you're going to pretend to pull out the card that was already in your pocket, but you're actually just going to be pulling out this card that's in your hand palmed. So just pretend that this is my pocket right now. So I'm going to be going in, and I'm just going to be pulling out the actual card that I'm holding, and it's going to look like that was the card that was placed in there earlier, but it's actually their selection. And that is basically the trick, guys. Also, one more thing, when you finish the trick, there is going to be a card left over in your pocket. So if you do want to add that card in later, what you can do is you can actually put the deck away in the same pocket as the card, do like a coin trick or any sort of other trick not involving your deck, and then when you take out the entire deck again, that card will be placed back on the bottom of the deck or on the top, depending which direction you place it in. But that's how to like add the card back on if you want to do this in like a routine or something. So now let's do the entire trick again, but we're going to use different cards and a different number just so that you guys can see that it works with no matter what number or card the spectator thinks of. So the deck is shuffled, they cut it in half. Let's say they want to use this half again, so they can shuffle it, blah, blah, blah. So now you're going to flip it over, and they're going to be thinking of a number. Let's use the number 4 this time. So let's say they're thinking of 4, and you're going to do the push off with the double right here. So you're going to push off 2 cards at once, drop them on the table. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's say they're going to be thinking of the 7 of hearts this time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now they're thinking of the 7 of hearts in the 4th position. You're going to take all these cards, place them back on top, and now you're going to have them pick any card from here, place it in your pocket, but don't look at it. So I'm going to place it in my pocket, but you just can't see it. So now you're going to take the same pack, and you're just going to count 4 cards face up. Now, since you added that card with the double push-off, it's going to be all delayed by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This card won't be their card, but the next card will, the 7 of hearts. Their card will always be here on the top, so when you flip over the deck, you're going to riffle it off, catch a pinky break, or you can use your index finger here to buckle the card and get a pinky break just like that. You can use either method you want, but you have a break. You're going to move the entire deck back and then move everything forward except for the card. Drop this hand down as you go ahead and spread out the pack just like so. Just pretend this is my pocket, and you're going to be reaching into your pocket and pulling out the card palmed in your hand. And it's going to look like that was the card that was initially pulled from this pack, which makes the trick pretty much impossible. So that is basically the trick, guys. So as you can see, it works with any number they think of, any card they think of. It honestly does not matter, because this trick can be done with a completely shuffled and borrowed deck of cards. So hopefully you guys like this trick, and see you guys for my next video. Bye.